Tired of these live videos, bros. Greetings, Jay Biggs. I just left child support court. How about that? What's going on, man? Greetings. Happy March. I just stepped out of child support court, bro. Yeah, you know what? I've spent the last 16 years watching my bill not go down. It don't matter how much I pay into that shit. It don't never go down. So they were cool though. That was good news. The lady was really nice. But the courts only stayed nice for so long, so it was nerve-wracking. I don't like going to court for any reason, especially when I know I didn't do anything wrong. But, when you're on child support, you don't have to do nothing wrong, bro. You just you're just wrong for not being able to pay them. Oh man, it's not too bad, It's not nothing crazy, but I'm definitely in arrears. But I feel like this is the longest that I've been out of work since I've been in this state. So, they're trying to find out, you know, why I haven't paid them. And I told them, hey man, you know, nobody will hire me right now. And maybe not forever. I don't know. Shit. Oh, I'm in the red too, man. Thousands. I'm in the red thousands of dollars, bro. And I don't understand it. Because I've been paying on this shit for years. They took in taxes away from me and everything, and it still never goes down. Their numbers are all fixed. They won't what's going on, Brandon? How you doing today, sir? I just feel like since I had to go on a Zoom call with these people, I might as well stay on the camera. So I said, let me jump on YouTube, man, and do my little live video and see who's out there right now. You know, I told her though, I said, hey, I've been putting in applications every damn day. The other day I put in an application and they denied it like 30 minutes later. They said, no, you were not selected. Yeah, that's a lot of money, man. With child support, even after your child turns 18, you got to pay off that debt like it's a student loan. So even after you're off of child support, you got to pay all that back. So you still never really get off. And some guys end up on child support for the rest of their life. And that's a cold business, man. That's a very cold business because I ain't never not wanted to be in my daughter's life, but it's like, her mother said, "Oh, well, I needed the assistance." And so she got the assistance, and I've been paying for it ever since. Yeah, that's what this meeting was about today. Was the interest that I have to pay, bro. That's exactly what it was about. Was the interest. So I'm like, I don't even fight with child support no more. I'm just like, I never did fight with them, but I've usually kept a job throughout the years, so they were pacified with those payments. But now, as soon as those payments stop, here comes the paperwork. And so she told me that I got to go back in 3 months to talk about it again. So I'm like, well, what is she going to say in 3 months if I still don't have a damn job? But, I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy how the system is. The system is soulless. The system doesn't have a soul, bro. It's all computer animated. If you miss a payment, yeah, $25 a month. Yeah, mine's a little bit more than that. Man, it's so cold. Both of my daughter's mothers never let me claim them on my taxes. There's more to this story than meets the eye, though. You can bet that. I was thinking at one point they was letting somebody else claim my children so they can get the money, because that's how these women get out here. They do real dirty shit. I'm talking about dirty, dirty. I don't have any evidence. I'm not saying that's true, but hey, man, why can't I claim my own children? What's up with that shit? And everybody got the police number on speed dial, so it's like you can't even do anything, or your ass is gonna end up in jail no matter what. It's like, why do they want to put everybody in jail? You know what I'm saying? Like you want me to go to jail just so you can get over? Yeah, yeah, they definitely grimy, bro. I've done had some grimy, grimy women in my life, and I got a good idea now why, but I didn't know at the time. But I know now. Yeah, I definitely know now. Yeah, it's too cold to fish here, Brandon. It's not that cold today. It's in the 30s, but um, spring is right around the corner, man. 850 a month. Yeah, that's a whole I don't know how they do it. Like, it just goes to show you that in America you were never supposed to win. They use babies as weapons formed against the man. And that's why so many women hate men, because they've been babied by the system. Hey, bro, I haven't got a tax return since 20. The last tax return I got was 2009. It was the last time I ever seen an income tax return. It's 2009. Here we are in 2026, and I still ain't seen a tax return, and I probably never will. They get all that money. They get all of it. But I'm not complaining or nothing like that. because I already knew that, I was doomed in this society. I was doomed. Hey, James, do me a favor, man. Stop writing your sentences in all capital letters. I feel like you're yelling at me, man. I don't, for some reason, I don't like that. I don't like when people spell stuff in all capitals. But at any rate, like I said, I'm not complaining. I'm just thinking about the fact that I'm unable to get a job and how I'm in a lose lose situation right now, and it ain't gonna change. I'm stuck. My best bet is to, but see, even if I was to leave the state, these motherfuckers would really extradite me back to Michigan to answer the child support because at the end of all discussions, they want their money. Hey man, the system is beyond rigged. It ain't even about being rigged. These people sit in these courts and in these positions and they know this shit is bullshit. But they a lot of people that got rich off of this system, so they're not gonna change it. So why complain about it? They ain't changing shit. Especially when you got dads owing $40,000. You know how much money they generate off of child support every year? And these wicked women, they know it too. Like I said, I haven't been able to claim any of my kids on taxes ever. And my whole question is, well, if I'm not able to claim my children, who is? Who's claiming my children? Because all these women got multiple men in the background in the cuts. And these dudes are just as wicked as these women. They'll straight go behind your back and make your baby mama claim your child on their taxes while you broke that dude over there getting money off of your child that you were supposed to get, and all she gonna keep doing is lying to you about it. Why someone else gets the money? Money is a wicked tool, bro. Yeah, I don't see why people go and get lawyers. A lawyer doesn't really do much except cost a lot of money. You know, the only time you need a lawyer is if you facing time for a criminal case, because uh, family court lawyers, they're gonna only tell you what you already know, and of course you're not a bad guy. You're just wrapped up in a money scheme that the state created, that government created it, but child support's been around for a very long time, and it's cool, because a lot of us, I've never made $50,000 a year. I've never made 50 grand, but I'll tell you this right now, I am not complaining about the amount that I owe, but I can tell you this, the way that it's set up is it's been the same amount for literally 16 years straight. It's been the same amount. It's never went down. It just always goes up. And then I work and it goes down just a little bit, but then it just stays. They'll give me some paperwork and then there'll be like an extra $800 on there, and I'm like, where did this little extra eight? But I don't question it because I know that it's pointless. Why question it? You already know you're getting played by the state. You're getting played by your damn child's mother. You're getting played by taxes. You're getting played by everybody. So it's like I don't even question it because The number one thing that gets taken from people in this world besides their life is their money. Those are the two main things that gets taken away in this lifetime is your money or your life. One of the two. And I know how these wicked women get down. Not all of them, but the ones in my life, they dirty. But let them tell it. They little angels straight out of heaven. To modify. What are you talking about? Modify what? I don't need my child support modified. Yeah, I don't need my child support modified. It's fine where it's at. Like I said, I'm not trying to do anything. I don't care. That's the difference. I don't care. I don't care. I know I'm gonna be paying till I die regardless, so I don't care. I don't give a damn about what they taking away. They've been doing it for so long that, you know, it's my fault for having kids. You know, it's a and if I would have been wealthy, it would have been even worse. It'd have been like Jay Big said, it'd have been like paying alimony. They're gonna always find a way to get in your pockets. That's what they do, bro. They gonna always find a way to get right in them pockets. And if they don't find nothing in your pockets, they gonna rip your pockets off your pants. They gonna rip them off. Well, um, I like I said, I'm not complaining about how much I have to pay because I've seen a guy out of 4 checks a month. I've seen a guy only be able to keep one of those 4 checks worth of money, and the state gets the other three, and he still has to take care of himself. He still has to be able to find a place to live, be able to have money to eat, buy a car, and you know, so I ain't complaining or nothing. I'll never do that. It's uh it's pointless. Complaining ain't gonna get the money back, right? But child support has never been about the child, the mother, or the father. It's just about the money. They don't care about any of the family members. They just extract the money out of the family structure, and then they take their cut and give the rest to the mother or the child. Or they don't give shit back to the mother. They just let the mother stay on state welfare. So she gets her benefits through the government, and they take the father's money, and then they go invest it. They upgrade their courthouse, buy new computers. The higher ups buy their Mercedes Benzes. They buy their vacation homes and shit. Pimps used to say it's all on the bitch, right? Well, that's what the courts say about the fathers. We're the bitches. It's all on a bitch. And you'll know that statement to be true if you ever lose your job and you don't have no income, and all of a sudden you get these letters saying that you need to show up to court and you need to tell us why we shouldn't put your ass in jail right now. Why Sancho over there is claiming your kids on taxes and getting thousands off of your daughter, and you don't even know it because they're over there calling you stupid. How you doing, Melanie? They over there saying that you stupid. Oh, I'm good. Great day. Good day to be alive, no matter what is going on. No. A man can't be granted no child support because someone's going to have to pay for that child, especially if the mom is on any kind of assistance. You're footing that bill. And I guarantee you, it's just like anything else. It's a loan that comes with interest and it's always inflated. So if the mother gets $400 a month, they're charging you 600. That way they can make a profit because they got to make it make sense. It's a business. And if they do that to 10,000 fathers, I mean, what's $200 times 10,000? It's a lot of money, man. Oh, I've been snaked. Hey, bro, you've checked out my channel. I have the channel of a man who's been snaked so many times in his life, he don't know what else to do but go to the public and talk about it. Boy, I've been snaked in ways that you couldn't even imagine, man. I've been snaked out, man, in some serious, dark and evil ways, bro. I've been snaked. And not just by the mothers, man. I just been snaked by everybody, man. It's just like, bro, I'm surprised I'm still alive as many as times as I've been snaked out in this lifetime. Shit. Child support is the least of my worries, you know. And I like it's not even a worry to be honest. I ain't worried about child support. When I get a job, they got it on garnishment, so I don't have to file no paperwork. They just take it automatically. I get my first check, they don't take nothing out of the first check, right? But by the second check, oh, everything is kicked in and in motion. And then I pay from that point forward. Boom, 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 boom. So I was at one job, they try to make me manually do child support. They didn't even want to do it. And it like the job was required to do it, but they were like trying to make me do it. And I'm like, no, you think I don't know my rights? You got to file this paperwork. And then they try to charge me for it. That's how dirty the jobs are. They try to charge me a fee out of my check every week to let child support garnish me. So that's how wicked everybody is. Like everyone's wicked, man. It's just let's start there. Every fucking body is wicked, man. They all want their cut, right? That's how these people stay wealthy and rich and good and we stay broke as fuck. Driving raggedy cars, living in raggedy neighborhoods, in raggedy houses, but hey man, I don't care though. I don't fucking care, man. Why should we care? Life is temporary anyways, bro. There's nothing to care about. Care about your kids, care about your health, care about yourself and whoever you love. And everything else just go through the motions, man. Motherfuckers be out here crying because they don't have enough money. What do you need money for? You're upset because you can't get a Mercedes Benz. You're upset because you can't afford a mansion. Man, I got over being upset about that kind of shit years ago. I was doomed. I've been doomed. I look at all these people with all this money, and I just already know I'll never be one of them. That wasn't what my life was meant to be. But I'm gonna tell you this though, that's what makes me think that I was already wealthy in another lifetime. Before I reincarnated, I was a wealthy producer, man. I made a lot of money, but I fucked a lot of people over. That's what I believe. I've been thinking that shit for years, man. Is I was a music producer that fucked a lot of people over. And so now this is what I have to go through for the rest of this lifetime. I don't get anything. Nothing. I just get attacked by the gang stalkers and shit like that. That's it. You know, they want to kidnap me, sacrifice me, eat my body, and move to the next victim. Other than that, though, I'm good, man. You know. Exactly. Say that shit again, Jaime. Jesus had money though, man. Jesus was a carpenter, man. Jesus was making money. He was a contractor. That motherfucker ran his own business. Jesus didn't work for nobody, man. Jesus was a skilled tradesman. He was a carpenter, man. He'll help you build your house. He just he didn't need nothing because he had ways. He knew the secrets to life that we don't know. He could. How many people did he feed off of a piece of bread? 500 people or some shit like that. 5,000. You know, Jesus was a great man, but he had a couple bucks, but he wasn't really rich or nothing. Yeah, I'll tell you like this, man. Most guys that I've talked to in my life, when I was incarcerated, when I just be walking down the street, if I come across the guy who got kids, they all say the same shit. They're on child support. You know what else they say? That the mother is wicked. They all say the same shit. They're on child support. They're not with the mother no more. She's wicked, and the court is charging their ass like almost all their money. So just imagine, the reason I don't want to complain anyways is because I'm just thinking of the fathers that have to pay the max. That's the crazy part, right? Yes, the king does demand the tax from everybody, and if they don't pay, there's some serious consequences to not paying your taxes, man. You're looked at as a criminal if you don't pay taxes. But according to oh man, according to all these people right now, they're not gonna pay taxes, and I'm like, well, I bet you will if you're getting garnished. How you gonna stop that? And then if you really wanted to put the squeeze on you, bro, lose your place of employment and watch how fast you get that letter in the mail. It's gonna be in the mail the next day. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the only way that you can get out of that is you give your rights up to your kid. But guess what? If if you have a child support court date and you don't show up, you lose your rights anyways. But you still gotta pay. And in some states, they don't even go by the law. They just go by what the fuck they want to do. Or what about the fathers that was taking care of a kid for so long that wasn't theirs, found out the child wasn't theirs, and the court said they still had to pay because the dad can't mess up the child's quality of life because you've been paying us. And that's just proof that they want somebody, anybody to pay. It doesn't matter who. I sometimes I feel like some of these women be bringing us to the court as like, you know how a cat brings in a bird to show you its little trophy, or when it catches a little a mouse and it brings it in the house to show its owner, hey, look what I caught. I think some of these women be dragging us to court. I think there's some kind of secret racket going on that we're unaware of. You know, these women get some type of credit for trapping men into child support. But I understand there's a lot of fathers that need to be on child support, but there's also a lot of fathers that don't deserve to be on that shit, man. You know, there's fathers that, and this is the one that gets me the most, right? Is how some fathers live with their kids and they're still on child support. They got to pay the court and they provide all the food, the clothing, the shelter, the rides to school, and all of that. And they still can't get off support. And I say that's because in most states, I don't know if it's like this in every state, but if the mother gets any kind of assistance, the father has to pay that bill. So if she just decides to go crazy and do all this crazy shit and, you know, and then got the nerve to go to court and demand more money. Yeah, exactly. They go after the fathers that work. Well, guess what? I've been working, and that's another thing I told the judge today. I said, look, judge, I've been working my whole time I've been here. I've never had a problem to where I couldn't pay you guys because I'm on garnishment, and I've always worked. Now is the first time all of a sudden these people decided they weren't going to let me have a job because, and I know the reason why, but I'm not going to get all into that today again because that's not what today is about. But, um, you know, all of a sudden now I can't get a damn job. You know, it ain't because of anything other than this is a small community out here, and a lot of these business owners know each other, and a lot of them are haters, and a lot of them got other shit going on. So it's even deeper than being a hater. They like to do a lot of systematic oppression in the state of Michigan. They will systematically oppress your ass into being penniless and homeless and begging for bread on the street. And they'll sit there and laugh at your ass and go pay some people to come and kick you while you sleep on the ground somewhere. They don't give a fuck. And then they'll say, "Hey, at least we didn't kill you." I'm just glad that my court date went well today. I mean, it went as well as it can go. Wasn't that big of a deal, you know. I've been under more oppression than the average slave for quite some time, right? You want to see oppression? Just take a good look at my life. Boy, I've been under so much oppression and slavery that it's crazy. I tell people that shit till I'm blue in the face. And they still deny it. Like, you're not under no oppression. Ain't nobody doing nothing to you. Like, all right, no doubt. Ain't nobody doing nothing to me. I'm just tripping because I didn't went ahead and went to sleep, woke up and lost my fucking mind. That's all that happened to me is I lost my mind. I don't know what the fuck I be talking about. Turbo Christ says my dad's from Michigan, and I totally believe everything you're saying. Michigan is fucking rough. Yeah, Michigan is a rough place. You got to understand it's the land of the dead and it's the land of the mobsters. It's crime land out here. This is the crime land. Half the elected officials are on fucking dope. You know, it's the land of the dead and the land of the crime. Anybody can get it. This is a place where they'll take your shit. If they feel like you got too much, they'll find a crafty way to come take it from you. If you got something that you don't know about, they'll file some paperwork right up under your nose and take your shit, and ain't gonna be nothing you can do about it. It depends on what area you're in. You know, that's funny that you say that because for the last couple days, there's been a police cruiser parked outside of where I've been staying for right now, and uh, craziness, right? First time I ever seen a cop come post up over here, but for the last couple days, it's just been pulling up in the neighborhood. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I just know that I ain't never seen a cop come do that over here on this street before until recently. And the neighbor went to go speak to him yesterday for whatever reason, and as soon as she got close to his truck, he sped off. So I don't know what the fuck they got going on over here, man. But whatever it is, I don't want no parts of it, man. I may not. I don't disrespect the police. I'm not like one of those people that go out of my way to talk shit to the cops. I ain't never been that kind of person. I was always taught when you're around the police, be as quiet as you can. Don't say a whole lot. Don't be disrespectful. Don't engage. Don't talk to them like you trying to be friendly. You know, keep it business. Whatever they're in your face conducting, keep it on that level and that level only. Don't offer any extra information, but don't sit up there and get yourself in more trouble neither. Don't be a snitch neither. Tell them what they need to know and nothing more. And going, I don't give a fuck if they being rude as fuck to you. Only time I've ever really been rude to the cops is when I was drinking. I was drunk. I couldn't help it. I wasn't in my right state of mind. Turbo Christ says, people don't realize they could be doing something completely illegal and dirty, and you definitely don't want to get wrapped up in shit like that. Hey man, I had a partner of mine out here tell me a story about the system and how they did some shit to him with no charges, no convictions, and they held this judgment over him for years over something that basically, like I said, they do what the fuck they want in a lot of these states. They do what they want to do. And if you don't like it, move to another state. But I can't promise you that the other state's going to be any better because a lot of these people in the system, they operate off the same principle. So it really don't matter where you go. That doesn't matter. There's a system in place all over this motherfucker, and the system's all the same no matter where you go. The system is the same, and it's an old system, and it's been in place for a very long time. So, like, leaving the state is not going to fix your condition. They'll just fax your paperwork over to wherever you're going. They'll fax the agenda through an email. They'll say, hey, look, this is what we're doing with this particular individual. And since they're over there with y'all now, we need for you guys to do this, 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 and that. There's no escaping this shit, bro. This fucking godforsaken land is wicked. It's as wicked as they come. Motherfuckers talk about how wicked it is other places in the world. You gotta remember, America was one of the first wicked places there was. America takes the cake when it comes to being demonic and evil and fucking satanic and dark and fucking all that negative shit, right? America is the land of the dead. America is Babylon. Yeah, America is Babylon. The whole country, Babylon. Whole country, Babylon. Whole damn country. They convert every motherfucker out here into a satanic fuckhead, right? You know how many satanic people live in America right now? 75% of the population is part of a secret society. 75% or better. 75% or better are part of the secret society. connected to the federal government, taking orders directly from the government. The guy next to you takes his order directly from the government. He may not speak to the politicians directly. I mean, it trickles down through the schools, the churches, and the jobs and all of that. But they got their little system very fine tuned. They got everybody locked in, right? And if you're not a secret society member, then you're either a target or your ass is a prospect. Me, I know my role. I'm a motherfucking target. I've been a target. I am a target. I'm not a prospect. I'm a target. And I'm okay with that, right? How do you become okay with being a target, bro? You just accept it. That's all you got to do. Just accept your role in this play called life, because it is most definitely a play, right? Accept your role. Don't question it, and just be like, okay, they chose me to be one of the sacrifices. I'm the fucking goat around this bitch. But not the greatest of all time. I mean the real goat. The one, the goat where they cut his throat open and let him bleed out. Yeah, that's more like who I am. That's my role. But that's why shit's always so difficult, man. You know? That's why shit is always so difficult for the chosen one. You're not a part of their club. You're just not. It's just something you're going to have to face. But I'll tell you this, a lot of your friends are. You can go your whole life not even knowing that you're surrounded by fucking people that are. I can't even say compromised anymore, because the more I think about it, it's like I'm the one that's compromised because I didn't get into the club. I'm the one that's compromised, not them. If there's 75+% of the population, and I'm not even a part of the 25%, because I'm like part of the 5%, right? I'm a 5%er. Because the other 20%, they're not targets, they're just regular people walking around. They're the fucking people that get energy harvested off of. And then the last little remaining 5% are what they call the chosen ones. And that entire crowd are motherfuckers that are going to end up missing, are going to die early, are going to get fucking picked on for the rest of their life. They're going to get shitted on by the secret societies. Their fucking family's going to fucking make them all fucked up in the head and homeless and fucking feeling like a loser. And you're going to owe child support. So now what? So, I just like, man, hey, accept your role, bro. Accept your fucking role and don't complain about it. Because at the end of the fucking complaining, there ain't shit you could do. Unless you become a high powered politician, then maybe you can change your condition. Hey, I just made a rhyme. Unless you become a politician, then you can change your condition. But until you become a politician, you're stuck in your position. Maybe. Hey, I just found out there's a judge in Detroit, right? The dude's an ex-con. The dude's been to prison. Straight fucking a judge that sends people to jail. Been to jail himself. A black dude. I didn't read the story. I just kind of glanced over it. But the dude's got a criminal record and he's a fucking judge. That's just proof. You can be who you want to be if you're part of the club. The laws don't apply to those people. If your spirit is free, you can't be fooled into paying them. That's why they killed Jesus. Hey, well, also, you could just not worry about the money, right? It's kind of like the person that works at McDonald's and then a guy comes in right before they close and he robs the business. And the guy just was like, hey man, I don't own none of this shit, and hands over the money, and so he don't get shot. That's how you do it. Just hand over your money, man. I know it sucks though, cause you be wanting all kind of stuff. Like everybody wants nice things, but bro, you aren't able to get nice things in this lifetime. You're gonna have to wait for the next lifetime. Your ass ain't getting shit in this lifetime. Nothing. And they gonna try to kill you. So not only do you not get nothing, you're in a spiritual war where you get attacked all the time. You got to watch your back. You can't trust nobody. You're going to always be stressing to some capacity. And you fucking, you don't get shit. When you get jobs, you can only work around certain jobs. You can't just go get any old jobs. But it's only problems in exactly, J Biggs. It's only in this lifetime. Once this life shit is over with for the individual, these problems are over with it. Like you don't have to go into the afterlife with these bullshit ass physical problems that your little satanic fucking government put into your life just so they can fucking energy harvest off of you and fucking all that kind of shit. But it's all right though, man. It's you get to a point where you understand that complaining just makes it worse, because you kind of understand that complaining is like pouring alcohol in the wound. It doesn't help the situation. It just makes you think about it more and stress out more and all of that. But Music Fan is in the house. Yeah, it's not worth complaining. I'm just literally talking about it because I have a fucking channel and I need to talk about something. And so, because I went to court today, this is what I'm talking about. And you know what? The court date was actually not bad at all. It was actually pretty. I ain't gonna say it was a pleasure to talk to the judge, but it wasn't a bad experience. It was just a reminder of what kind of fucking servitude I'm up under, right? It was a reminder, hey, you know you're under servitude, right? You need to get a job so we can get our money, is basically what she told me. I was like, don't worry, miss, I am working diligently to be able to pay you. I'm doing anything I can because I know that if I don't pay you guys, the bill goes up. A motherfucking a debt that I never borrowed any money on. It's not like I can go get a loan from child support court. I was like so tempted to be like, hey, judge, do you think I can get a loan from you guys so I can go get a fucking car so I can go back to work so I can pay you guys? Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We don't do stuff like that. You're on your own. Well, damn. You want me to pay you, but you won't even help me be able to pay you? So what if I can't do it? Oh, we'll just lock you up. That's all. Oh, man. All right, Music Fan. Cause I sure could use a car. Listen, if I can get a car, I can get a job, man. You know, child support court is the most fucked up thing ever. I don't have any kids, but my brother does. I've watched him deal with that shit for years, and it's about destroyed him. Oh man, you got that right, Turbo. One thing about child support court is they are heartless. I mean, they're not necessarily heartless, but the reason I say that it's soulless is because a lot of it is automated, man. Dates get updated into a computer system, and if certain payments don't go through, it flags in the system and it automatically generates a report, and then they boom send you the paperwork, and now you have to appear in court and explain Why haven't you been paying us? It's a fucking well-oiled machine, bro. And there's a strong possibility that they use AI now, just like anything else. So when those garnishments don't come through, what happens? They automatically fucking trigger the algorithm, and not in your favor neither. They trigger the algorithm to say you've had multiple missed payments, and AI sends that report right to the fucking court. And that's when the little employees do their job. They get the paperwork ready, put it in the envelope. Next thing you know, you got a letter in the mail talking about you got a court date to explain why you ain't been paying us, bitch. Do you know who I am? And if you think there's something you could do about it, you're probably delusional. But like Buddy said a few minutes ago, you could probably go get modifications to your case, but you don't have a whole lot of options. Either way it goes, you're paying, and that's just a fact. You're going to pay them, and if you don't like it, take it up with God. I don't think God's going to help us not pay child support, though. Damn, hold on. What the hell? Yeah, I'm trying to get my phone to charge through my speaker setup, but for some reason it's not working. There we go. Now it's working. So, I that's out the way though. Let me tell you something, man. For the last 10 days, bro, I got the paperwork in the mail 10 days ago. Man, I've been stressing the whole 10 days because I'm going to tell you why I'm stressing, right? This is here is the paperwork, right? This is why I've been stressing, because read what it says at the very top. Notice of contempt hearing for failure to pay support. So I read that and I'm like, my stomach dropped. I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to jail. And then, on the first page, it says, they give you the balance. Of course, you're going to always get the balance. It'd be nice if that was how much money I was going to receive, but no, that's how much I owe. That's another thing I noticed about my life, man. Every time I see big numbers on paperwork with my name attached to them, it ain't never money I'm going to get. It's only money I have to pay somebody for some shit that I never got a loan. Yeah, I did. When I bought a car, I got an auto loan once. I got financed, but I paid the down payment, right? Which is strange to me because if you go to a used car lot, it's almost like if you got the $1,800 down payment, that's the cost that it takes to get a loan, right? So they say, oh, you got a job, you've worked there for over 2 years, and you got $2,000, we're going to give you a loan. But we're going to charge you, and this was 15 years ago, we're going to charge you 24% APR. That 24% is a lot of money, right? Per month. So what I'm trying to say is you got to pay for a loan. If you want a loan, you got to pay for it. Loans are not free. That's why you can't get a loan if you don't have a job and you ain't got no money, because loans ain't free. The only way you can get a loan is if you put a down payment on the loan. You got to pay them to pay you and then pay them back. And the crazy part is that little down payment you paid, that's not going to be deducted from the loan. So you got to pay them an additional $2,000 that came out of your pocket from the very beginning too. That's what the APR is. So, like, nowadays, if you get, let's say, a financed on a $500,000 house, you're going to end up paying $1 million. You're paying 50%. It ain't going to be exactly $1 million. It'll probably be like 8 or 900,000 off of a $500,000 loan, right? Yeah, exactly. That's the only loan that's free is being alone. And I don't mind being alone, bro. I'm alone right now. I got the dog with me. He's always with me over here, but I've already resigned to the fact that I'm better off alone. There's a lot of things about my life that are abnormal. You know, they're engineered that way, but you can't escape the engineering. Your best bet is just to accept your fate and just know that it's not you, bro. It's not you. It's the world that you live in. It's not you. It's never been you. It's these people that run the system and all the people under the people that run the system. That's why you're in your condition. But don't worry, because there's nothing you could do about it. Nothing. And just be happy they haven't murdered you, because they like to do that too. They like to murder people. So, hey, man, just be happy. At least you're not dead. Some people are worth more dead than they ever was alive. You know, every healthy dead body is worth $1 million. Your heart alone is worth 500,000, right? Your liver's worth another 250. Your kidneys are worth a good 175. Your lungs, your eyeballs, your brain just goes up for research if they think you're smart. But when you're alive, you ain't worth shit. And you yourself ain't worth nothing anyway. The person who owns your damn organs is the one that's worth something. You own your organs, but you can't do nothing with them because you can't give your heart away without sacrificing your life. So your heart ain't worth nothing to you, but it's worth gold prices to someone else with a bad heart. No, I don't. I don't. I don't. I've never marked yes in my life. I knew intuitively, instinctively, I knew that was a scam, right? I knew instinctively that was some bullshit. Don't ever tell them, hey, yeah, I'll go ahead and donate. You're basically asking to get fucking whacked, you know? Yeah, a lot of people put yes. My brother put yes. I was like, why'd you do that, bro? You asking to get whacked. You know they got a database that the wealthy people get to look through in secret of all the people on the donor list. They just going about their lives, driving down the street in their car. They don't even see that Mack truck coming right at them. They don't even know the driver got paid 25,000 to whack right into your ass. And make sure you hit him on the driver's side because we need him on a slab. He can't survive this. If he survives this, you don't get paid, Mike. And Mike wants to get paid, so he gonna make sure he gets your ass. And in some cases, even your arms, leg, arm, no, arm, leg, arm, head is also worth money because got a lot of cannibals out there. They like to eat people. So, you know, I know body parts are worth money too, man. If they want to eat your ass, your body itself, after all the organs are removed, the meat itself I don't know what it's worth, but I know people out there McDonald's will buy it. You want to get thrown in the McDonald's meat grinder? You better take yourself off that donor list. It's a cold world, man. It's a real cold world, man. But is it really cold though, or we just feel like it's cold because people want to take our lives away from us? People want to enslave us. But when you really think about it, it's always been that way since the beginning of time. It's never not been that way. So it's like, how can we sit up here and say that the world is cold when it's never been warm? It's been this way forever. We just grew up to our full conscious self and realized just what goes on. And now we think it's cold. But when we were little kids, we had no idea. But now that we're grown-ups, we have an idea. As a matter of fact, people are fully aware and they're like, "Oh man, this shit is messed up, man. It's cold." And no, it's not really cold, bro. It's been like that. And let me tell you something, out of all the billions of people on earth, just thank God that you're still here because there's been billions of people that suffered the worst fate possible. And somehow, in this little bitty ball floating in the galaxy with all this bullshit they do to people, you're still able to talk about it. That speaks volumes. That's why you shouldn't complain because the shit that happened to others didn't happen to you. So I know you're complaining about being broke and owing child support and how they take all your money and how you'll never live a decent life. But at least they didn't murder you, bro. At least you weren't one of the people that came up as a missing persons, right? Just imagine that. What if how many people do you know out of your friends or family that had a missing persons in their family? Me, supposedly there was a missing persons report on one of my cousins way back in the 80s. He became a missing persons. I don't know if it's true, just like a little a legend type story that we always heard about. One of my cousins turned into a missing persons back in the 80s, so it's always been that way though, bro. It's all ever since Jesus Christ walked this fucking earth, it's been like that. So it's not cold. It's just we don't like our new discovered knowledge about what really goes on. That's why sometimes I wish I could just be a kid again. But damn, being a kid again means I could get kidnapped. And the odds go up if I'm a kid more than once. So I really don't want to be a kid again. I just wish I didn't have the knowledge that I have now. Then I wouldn't have nothing to complain about. Why you think all these movies come out like Hannibal Lecter and, you know, all that kind of shit? Because, man, there's all that shit's based on real people that's really out there, filleting people and eating them and shit, man. Didn't they just get through saying in the Epstein files hearing in the Epstein files that like half of our fucking population are cannibals? They've been eating people and we just barely finding out about it. I'm pretty sure that's what was in the files. There's a whole bunch of cannibals living amongst us that don't even eat regular food. All they eat is people. That's that's 100% of their diet. They don't even eat the same food that we eat at all. They don't eat cow. They don't eat pig. They don't eat fish. They eat people. And we just found that shit out. Everybody's talking about it, bro. I'm talking about everybody. So, hey, man, best thing we could do, man, is just, live our lives and just, be the best person that we could be, you know, and just forget about the reality because although we know it's the reality for some folks, it hasn't became our reality just yet, you know. It hasn't quite became our reality. So like to worry about it would just be to stress yourself out unnecessarily, you know. Like, and that's how you got to live, right? But that's the same reason that that term that's the same reason that term became a thing, right? Where they said, "This is a dog eat dog world." That's a cannibalistic fucking terminology that somebody made up. This is a dog eat dog world. A cannibal made that shit up. Even though dogs indeed eat dogs. Bears eat bears. Like every animal in the kingdom will eat each other, right? Like when cubs are born out in the wild, a lot of the times the mother will eat the weak ones, just eat the babies. And I that's probably where they get it from. We're just the civilized creatures of the world, so we look at that as like taboo, like, "Oh my god, no, I'm not eating no people." The animals do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? All the animals. I don't give a fuck what animal you talking about. Fish eat fish, and it happens more in the ocean than anywhere, right? And that's why them goddamn scientists go down into the ocean and study the fish and how they live. And you know, well, I've never seen cats eat cats, to be honest, but cats are like a cross between, what do they say a cat? Well, a cat is like a, they claim cats are created right in like a laboratory. That's why they got the slitted eyes, because they got snake blood in them. Cats are not natural creatures. They come from a laboratory. That's why we love them so much, because they're so cute and fluffy, but they're not. Well, don't they say cats are spiritual, but they also say cats were created in a fucking laboratory. Cats DNA has unique strands, but I don't really know. I don't have that type of intimate knowledge. I just know that certain little shit I hear throughout life. But if you look at all the other cats in the animal kingdom, the house cats don't, they got totally different characteristics than every other type of animal like a cat. Like everyone, like there's no animal in the world like a fucking cat. And so like a lot of people started saying they was spiritual, but hey man, I'm gonna tell you, like a motherfucker told me, everything we've ever been told was a lie, including that cats are spiritual. Cats do have a degree of spiritualness. That's because they got multiple strands of DNA inside of them that came from other animals. But like cats are so different than every other cat. I don't give a fuck what cat you find in the world. It doesn't have slitted eyes. And so I just always started to think that maybe cats were created in a laboratory way back in the day. They have the appetite of snakes. That's why they eat mice and birds. Like cats are definitely more than one DNA. And that's why I think that they were created in a lab, but they came out so good that they just kept them. But then, they claim that if you go to the motherfucking tombs of Egypt and different places in the world, you can find hieroglyphics and cats are present. But like that don't mean nothing to me, because like we've already proven that technology goes back farther than we're aware of, and they just been kind of like keeping it hidden from us that technology been around. You know, it's just they got us thinking like everything was primitive a few thousand years ago, you know. But like you go to these pyramids and these different temples and shit, and you see like drawings of shit that's around right now, and you're like, how is this on this wall? I don't fucking know. Don't ask me. I just know this, that it is a dog eat dog world. And now you connect the dots. If you know, you know. Dogs eat dogs. Just like we might as well change the slogan to, man, Man, you got to get it how you live because it's a people eat people world, bro. I think we're in one of those lowest technology states that humans have ever existed in humanity. Yeah, I think so too. I think we're just smart. I think that we think see, and that's let me tell you what that is. That's programmed narcissism, bro. For us to believe that we're the most highly technologically advanced people yet, man, that's narcissistic programming to believe for one all the shit that archaeologists and scientists have found all over the world and that we're the smartest ones. How in the fuck is that even possible? Because we got cell phones and PlayStation and fucking egg vehicles, Elon Musk and fucking Bill Gates. That makes us the smartest to ever walk the earth. I highly doubt that. We just can't imagine that our technology was the same in ancient times, just built different. It was the same technology, it was just built different. Maybe cell phones and all of that, but you never know, man. I don't fucking know. I don't have those answers, and I really don't even want to get too deep off in that rabbit hole because, hey, man, I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you I know because I don't. I don't even claim to be able to begin to know. I just know they found some pretty interesting things on their uh what's that word I'm looking for? On their starts with a E on their expeditions. Yeah. They found some pretty interesting things in the past. I remember one story they claimed they found a gear buried in a coal mine 1600 feet underground. A motherfucking gear, right? That was just buried in coal that had to have been there for like 500,000 fucking years. I seen another story where they said that they found a 500,000-year-old spark plug, right? It's like, yeah, what the fuck do we even believe, bro? I don't know what to believe. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I could tell you, but I don't know. All I can all I could tell you is what Jim told Helen, and that is there ain't no telling. I've never the farthest I've ever went into eating other people was probably biting my own fingernails. That's it. That's about the only human meat I've ever tasted in my life was biting my fingernails, bro, and licking my blood when I had a cut. That's about it. And it tasted like metal. I wasn't like a big fan of it. So I'm definitely not a part of that equation. Um, if we were starving to death and there was no food around, would I involve myself with cannibalism? Probably. Because, human beings, it's a well known fact that human beings will do some wild shit for survival. When it comes to survival, you'll do some wild shit. You'll boundaries disappear when it's all about survival, right? But we know that because that's whoever came up with it's a dog eat dog world. They were trying to tell us something way back then, and we just didn't pick up on it because they used dogs instead of people. I know my dog never ate no other dog. He ain't never ate no damn dog. His ass eats dog food and chicken and whatever we cook for him. But I guarantee you, if his ass was hungry and there was another dog in here, he'll eat it. But Life is based on perspective, bro. You gotta have perspective because perspective for me is if you have a great imagination, you'll have a great perspective, right? You'll be able to imagine how shit is. If you don't have no imagination, you're just gonna fucking believe whatever the fuck they tell you to believe because you don't have imagination to think for yourself, right? And let's be real, there's a lot of people that who don't have imagination, man. And when we were kids, we were all taught to use our imagination, right? They wanted to know because they wanted to see the great thinkers of the world have great imaginations. That's how a lot of our shit is created in the first fucking place is when you got a great imagination, your perspective is larger. At least that's my opinion. That will always be my opinion too, man. Yeah. You said James Cook brought chickens to New Zealand. Yeah, I was looking at this DJ over in New Zealand the other day. I don't even remember his name, right? But hey, New Zealand makes some funky ass music, man. Like you got some DJs over in New Zealand that they could have produced they could have produced some of our current artists with some of the music those damn dudes over there are putting out. People never want to believe stuff like this because the nature of these lies are so grandiose and over the top that people don't believe it because that's because we're fucking sheltered, bro. Like especially in America. That's why every time somebody dies, they put a sheet over them. You don't never see bodies on the news. They cover all that shit up for a few different reasons. But the main reason is they want you to live in a bubble and think that shit is sweet out here, but it really ain't. Because I'll tell you one thing, if you watch Telemundo in Mexico, you're going to see all kinds of death. They don't hide that shit. They want you to know. But in America, nah. In America, they just want you to think that they want you to be blinded, and covering up the ugliness of the world is one of the best ways to just blind motherfuckers, man. Right? That's a fact. That's a fact, homie. Cover up the ugliness, build the suburbs, keep the violence and the poverty and all that shit up out of there, and you won't even know that the shit exists. And that's why a lot of people are sitting up here in America living in a bubble. Bubble boys. Bubble boys and girls. And then when they start to find out little bits and pieces of it, they pass judgment because they don't understand that that's a reality for millions and millions and millions of people. And then, they pass judgment and they start, turning their nose up. And so that's the great illusion of America, anyways. But the fact of the matter is, this world is crazy. Hey, but anyways, that's my time, bro. I'm gonna hit you guys up later, man. It was good rapping with you guys, man. I'm gonna make me something to eat. I got some things I need to take care of, bro. But I'll jump back on again probably a little bit later on tonight, man.